All right, let's go ahead and make the 2x2 cap. This is a fairly easy one, so it should go pretty quick. Let's go ahead and start a new tab. We're going to do this one as a projection from the top down. So I'm going to go ahead and create a circle here at the origin. I'm going to make this circle a diameter of 15.8. This is coming from our Lego documents. It is a 2x2 brick. All right, I can go ahead and finish this. Let me go ahead and extrude this up. Remember, this is a single layer brick. It's going to be 3.2 millimeters. Now I can take a look at the bottom of this and I can go ahead and shell the bottom. So let's go ahead and do that. It's going to be 1.2 millimeters. Now there is not much left to do here. I'm going to go ahead and create a sketch using this rim. All right, let me go ahead and create that sketch there. Now the first part of this is going to be a snap ring. So we're going to use those dimensions. So that's going to be 6.25 and 5 millimeters for the inner diameter. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and include the sketches for the parts we're going to use to cut down into this. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with a circle. I'm just going to pull it here somewhere. I'm going to give it its diameter. It should be about 5 millimeters. Okay, it should be the same as the inner diameter of this one. All right, so I need to go ahead and dimension this one. I'm going to use the origin as my point. It's going to be 3.9. Remember, we would normally use that dimension to get to the edge of a Lego brick, but we don't have an edge to that, so we're using the origin, which should work out fine. Okay. All right. So you will notice that there is some overlap here. It does overlap here on this circle. That's okay. It's not going to matter. And it does go over this one a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and leave that here, and there will just be a little bit of a different radius here. You'll see it when I'm done. Like, I'm going to use a circular pattern. This is a little different than we normally do, but because we don't have the edges or the straight edges to dimension to, we're going to use the origin again. The circular pattern on the positive side is way easier to use than the rectangular pattern. So I've got that center point. I'm just going to turn it up to 4. Now you can see I have my nice little grid here. Everything's dimensioned. I can go ahead and finish this sketch. We go through. I'm going to start with cutting down for where the studs will go. We go ahead and do that here. I'm just going to select all of these pieces, and it's going to make these kind of half moon lunate shapes that it's going to cut out. Oh, actually did not mean to do that. There we go. We're going to do a cut to object, and we're going to do this base down here at the bottom, and that's going to give us the cutout. We're going to do something a little different at the end of this. Let's go ahead and turn that sketch back on and finish up our snap ring. So that's going to be this object right here. We do need to grab these little pieces here. We do want them. Okay. We're going to do this to the rim as well. So to object, and then we're going to go to the rim. And, oh, I'm sorry, not the rim. My apologies. We made this on the rim. We need to go down here to this face down here. And we can turn that sketch off. And you can see I've got most of the structure for this object in there. I told you it was really easy. It does not take much time. Since it is so easy and it's not quite perfect, we're going to go ahead and break some fillets out here. We're not doing fillets on most of our blocks because we're going to have these in an assembly later, and it's really resource intensive. But for this one, we're going to go ahead and do it because it's not a very common block. We're not going to use a ton of these, and a little bit of filleting in here isn't going to matter. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this down to 0.25, so 1/4 of a millimeter. And that looks to be about what I want there. If I wanted to take a look and see if maybe a smaller one would work, I could do this. Actually, looking at it, I really do like that 1/8 of a millimeter, so we're going to stick with that. I think that will be the end of this one. The drawings and the pictures will be posted on Infinite Campus.